Hey guys, welcome back. So today I have a disappointing products video. Now I just want to make a disclaimer that just because these products did not work for me does not mean they're not going to work for you. I just personally either didn't like how they worked or they just didn't work well for me. So if you would like to see these products, then just keep watching. Alright, so I'm not going to go in any particular order. I'm just going to pick one up. The first one that I want to talk about is this setting spray by Gerard Cosmetics. This is the Slay All Day Setting Spray, and this is in the green tea ginger one. I have tried the other ones and I really liked them, but this one I did not like. This one, when I sprayed it on my face, it burned. Like, it felt like I was like spraying like alcohol on my face. It like burned really bad, which I don't understand because the other colors don't burn my face, but this green one burns so bad. Let me know if you have tried this green one and it burns your skin just as bad as it burns mine. I don't know if maybe I just got like a wonky one because all the other colors don't burn me, but this one burns really bad. Alright, this next one I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of hate for not really liking these, but this is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. This has been so hyped up, and so I was so excited to get them. I couldn't get the color that I wanted, so I used these two and I mixed them together and then I put them on, and these just don't work for me as well as everybody says. Everyone says this is like a super high coverage concealer and it just like blends everything like a dream. It's just like the best concealer ever, and I just don't feel that way. I feel like when I put it on, I feel like it doesn't even really cover that much, and I feel like I have to put a ton on. The Tarte concealer that I do love by them is the Tarte Maracuja Creaseless Concealer, and that one is far better than these ones. The Maracuja Creaseless Concealer is like nice and thick, and it really truly covers amazingly. I just feel like this one was so hyped up and I was like thinking it was going to be even better than the Maracuja one, and I just feel like it wasn't. So if you're not really a huge fan of these, let me know, because I feel like I might be the only one. I just have heard such amazing things about these, and I don't know. I don't know. Alright, next up is a lip gloss. This is the Dose of Color Lip Gloss in Undressed. Now, this is a really gorgeous shade, and I love this shade. The problem is with the formula. I have 4 of the other lip glosses, and this is the only one that the formula is all wonky. So it's like really gritty, and I just really do not like it. So I got this one originally, and the consistency was really gritty, so I returned it back to them, and they sent me a new one because I thought maybe it was like just that one. And so I got this one and I opened it and it was just as gritty as the last one, and they said you can't return twice. So now I'm like stuck with this gritty one, and I should just throw it away because I'm never going to use it because it's extremely gritty, which is just really weird because all of the other colors that I have of these, none of them are as gritty as this. Actually, none of them are gritty at all, and this one is like super gritty. I want to try to show you, but I don't think you're going to be able to see it, but just take my word for it. It's like super gritty, and I just wasn't impressed. Alright, next up is this Temp 2 Shimmer Bronzer. Now, this I did get in my BoxyCharm, and I thought I was going to love it, and it's just like a squeezable bronzer, and you like put it on the back of your hand. I'm not going to put it on the back of mine. And then I like to put it in with a stippling brush. I used it in a video, which either you've already seen or you will be seeing soon, and I put it on, and like, yes, when you say it's like a shimmer bronzer, it is a shimmer bronzer. Like, at first it like went on nice and smooth, it was like bronzy, and then I put it on my forehead and it like basically turned like gray because of how much shimmer was in it, and it just, it wasn't good. So putting it like underneath right here and stuff was fine, but once I got to my forehead, it just started like turning gray on my skin, and I just think it's too shimmery, and I don't know what I would use this for, because if I can't put it on my forehead, then if I only put it here, like this would be shimmery and the forehead wouldn't. It just wouldn't match well. So this I just wasn't impressed with. I've never tried any of the other Temp 2 things. If they have a matte one of these, I would love to try it to see if it's better than this one, but I just wasn't a huge fan of this just because of how it kind of turned colors on my skin. Alright, up next we have a lip liner, and this is the Huda Beauty Lip Contour. I have done a video on these before, but I still just am not a fan of these. I have been using these for a while now, and I keep testing it out thinking maybe I'm going to like it, or maybe try applying it in a different way. This is in the color Trophy Wife. If you use it very sparingly, like barely put any on, it's okay. But if you line your lips and like fill it in like how I usually do with all other lip liners, you can't do that with this because it's so incredibly waxy. I just wish it wasn't as waxy. I know it has to be waxy so the staying power is like really good, but I just wish it was a little bit less waxy because these like are almost unwearable on my lips because it's so incredibly waxy. But I do love the liquid lipsticks by Huda. Those are like bomb.com. Those are the perfect formula ever. I just wish these were just a little bit less waxy. So this next product, I'm not like disappointed with. It just like didn't work for me. This is the Anastasia Brow Definer. Now I know this is like a great product, which I know because all of Anastasia's products are like basically always great. But this one just didn't work for me just because I felt like the part that it came out, like when you tried to like underline your brow, it was just too thick. I just felt like the Brow Wiz was way better than this one just because it was thinner so you could get a more precise line. And I know you can like sharpen it on the edge of like a piece of paper to make this line more like precise, but I just feel like that's like a waste of product to be like putting it on paper. So I do love this if I like am filling it in, but for like outlining, I just don't feel like it is the best. And I know like when you see like videos for Anastasia using these, like they're always like outlining the bottoms of the brows, and I just can't figure out how to get it so it's like as thin as the Brow Wiz, because the Brow Wiz is like such a tiny little point that you can make a really precise line, but this I just feel is so thin that it just didn't work for me. Didn't work for me. Next up is a Benefit product. This is the Benefit Air Patrol. I was super excited to get this because I had heard such great things, and this is just like an eye primer, and so you put it on your hand or your skin or your eye, whatever you want, and it's like a creamy concealer kind of color, but when you blend it in, it ends up blending into almost nothing, and then like it doesn't cover like my veins on my eyelids. So I was kind of disappointed because I'm used to using like my MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot or something, and I just wish this had more coverage. It is a really good product for like keeping your eyeshadow like in place and all day, but I just feel like I wish it had a little bit more coverage than it does because I have like super veiny eyelids and like they need to be covered, and I just thought that this was going to be more high coverage than it was, and it wasn't, so I am just a little disappointed. But I do love all the rest of Benefit products. Like I have like almost all of them, and I love all of them, but this one just didn't really work for me. Alright, so the last two things are highlighters, and this first one is by Smashbox. This is the Smashbox Halo Highlighting Wand. This one just doesn't give very much product in my opinion. You like pump it at the bottom and then the product comes out, and then it's supposed to like highlight. I'm gonna put it on my hand so I can show you how much highlight comes out, or like how shimmery it is. So I'm putting it on the back of my hand, and here is the shimmer. So it looks like it's gonna be like really pretty, but it just kind of, once again, blends out into almost nothing. And I know you're not supposed to like super blend it out, but you can't just like leave it on your cheekbones like that, like a chunk. So you have to like kind of blend it in, and then it just kind of blends out to almost nothing, and it's kind of watery in my opinion. I just wish this was maybe a little bit thicker and a little bit more pigmented, and then I think this would be absolutely perfect. But for me, I used it like 3 times and hoping that I would like it and figure out how to use it, but I just never really got into it. Alright, and then the last product is from Anastasia. This is the Anastasia Ultimate Glow Kit, and right when I received this in the mail, I immediately swatched it, and I did not like it, unfortunately. As you can see here, this one is broken, so we need to be careful holding it up. But I haven't used this other than the very first time that I swatched it, just because it is so incredibly chunky and like chunky glittery. And I know Kathleen Lice just talked about this palette as well, but I swear whenever I had gotten this, I had thought the exact same thing as she did. It was just so incredibly like chunky glittery, and I don't know if that's like what they were trying to go for, because I know all of the other palettes that they have, because I have all of them, are like perfectly blended and perfect for highlighting, but these ones in my opinion were just very chunky, and I don't want like chunky glitter on my face. I want like a nice smooth highlight on my face, but it's just chunky, and I just wish I liked this more because these colors are absolutely beautiful, but I just can't get into it because of the chunkiness. And even swatching this like this and having it on my finger, putting it on my hand, I don't know if you can see it right there, it's not too pigmented, and you just saw how much I like rubbed my finger in it. It's just, there's like not much pigment to it, and I don't know. This just wasn't a hit for me. But I do love all of the other Anastasia palettes. All of those ones are bomb.com. I definitely recommend all of those. This one for me just didn't work. If you guys have this and you have figured out a way to make it like more pigmented and less like glittery, let me know down below because I would love to be able to use this. Alright, so that was all of the products. Once again, I am not trying to diss any of these companies. I love all of these companies so much, and I do use a lot of their products on a day-to-day basis. These ones just did not work for me myself. Let me know down below if these products work for you and how you use them, so maybe I can use them in a different way and try to make them better. Thank you so much for watching. I love all of you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!